I just bought this wrecked BMW and I'm going to be attempting to rebuild it in 24 hours. You see, all my life I've loved fixing things, so when I came across this wrecked BMW on Facebook Marketplace, I thought, this is just what I need for my already busy schedule. I messaged the person selling it and luckily they still had it for sale, so I went to pick it up. I took a quick photo of it on the trailer before I headed home and hurried back to get started on the project. The only thing I knew for certain was that the car did run and drive because I was able to drive it onto the trailer. With the car off the trailer, I now had a better chance to kind of look at it and see what it really needed. The damage on this car was from a front-end collision where it hit the back of an SUV. From the looks of it, it didn't need a whole lot of new parts, but what it did need was the hood, the bumper, the radiator, the headlight, the front fender, and a few other small miscellaneous pieces. Oh, and this would be a good time to tell you I finally got my own shop, so now the possibilities are endless. Alright, here we go. Upon first inspection, I found that the hood hydraulics were in fact broken, so I started disassembling the front end the only logical way. It's like in Transformers where they're like... That's what it looks like. It's like if there was... Never mind. It took me about 5 minutes and I had the hood off. First step complete. Next, I started taking apart anything that was broken. There are so many things falling out when I shake the bumper. Talk about how dirty my face is. I didn't know at the time I was filming this, but turns out I had grease everywhere.
What is the next step of the operation?
The next step, go to the scrapyard and get all the parts I need. Come back. The actual shell of the car that is slightly bent on the front. It's not bent too much to where it can't just be bent back, which is what I'm gonna do. The reality is, putting this much effort into a car this old was not logical, but I'm not logical. That's why I went on Facebook Marketplace again and found an identical BMW to this that was also wrecked, but this time 6 hours away in Las Vegas, Nevada. This morning, I found the car for sale that was wrecked down here. I messaged the guy and within an hour and a half, I was packed and ready to leave. So we're about 45 minutes from picking up the car. I'm gonna put it on a U-Haul and bring it back to Utah, and I should, hypothetically, have everything I need to get this car back on the road and driving. I took my girlfriend with me and we had a little extra time to get some food and watch the sunset before going to pick up the car.
Wish I had my dirt bike to go up this hill.
Oh yeah, and this is the new car. It's identical to the other one, but the damage is far worse. Luckily, the damage is in the side, so all the front end components that I need are perfectly intact. So it's been about a week. The original plan was to work on this car and get it done in 24 hours, but I ran into a few hiccups. Number one, I couldn't find any body panels. I needed the hood and I needed this quarter panel right here, and I couldn't find them, and they were really expensive. I also needed the radiator, and I needed the whole, basically, front assembly for the car and a whole bunch of miscellaneous little pieces. After everything, if I was to buy it on eBay and scrounging around on Facebook around here, it was gonna be a few $1,000s. I paid $1,900 for the car and I was trying to keep it under $3 grand entirely. So, I did the only logical thing to do, and I bought an entire separate car. This is identical to this one, but there's a few differences. This car has a little bit more damage than the other one, but the good part is the damage is not in the same spots as the other one. I need the hood because the whole hood was wrecked, the whole bumper, that headlight, and a whole bunch of the internal parts on the inside were destroyed. This car is mashed in on the side.
Cut.
All right, here we go. All right, we're taking the serpentine belt off so we can replace this pulley, or I don't know, whatever these things are called. Plus this belt has a couple cracks in it, so I'm just gonna replace it with the one on that. This was broken right here from the crash. All right, now we have the good one off. Normal people would be like, oh, you gotta torque this to the right specs. And that's the right specs. Should be good. Next up, the chassis. this is really hard to bend back with a hammer. We have this. See if this works. Our biggest thing here was we needed leverage.
You're just bending the bar.
Yeah, I think you're just bending.
Wait. Spin it around. Bend it the other way.
Okay. Alright, that ain't gonna work. 29.5. We're so close. We're a quarter of an inch. All
Just
right.
hit it like once really hard. We have no idea what we're doing.
That's the fun part. Alright, with the chassis straightened out, it was time to start swapping parts over. Basically, I just did everything I had just done, but in reverse. Dude, are you impressed with my... You can't even tell it happened. It's literally brand new. It literally looks like it's... There's a lot of things on this that I don't actually think about until after I take it apart. Oh wait, I actually don't think it doesn't matter because these are identical. Okay, just take one. Air filter is in. The whole entire cooling system is connected. All the little wires, lines, hoses, everything is now hooked up. Next step is to fill the car with coolant, start it, and see if anything bad happens. All right, we're finally to the point where we can start it, and I'm really afraid that something isn't hooked up right. I'm pretty confident, fingers crossed. We're gonna start it and see what happens. All right, here we go. This is so impressive. It sounds so good. I don't know if the smoke is necessarily normal, but I also think it's a BMW, so I think they're just naturally supposed to leak a little oil, so maybe that's why. Up until now, everything just seemed to be going a little too well, and now I know why. Evan, look at this. All these have oil in them.
Ooh, that's so much.
I think these leak. But like, look, so, well, obviously they shouldn't, but the valve cover gasket's horrible. You could tell if you look around, so this is leaking, like they always do. This right here is leaking on the side. Right around the back here, it's just pouring off onto the exhaust.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be real life if we didn't have some sort of problem. And really, it wasn't that big of a problem. I just needed to change the valve cover gasket, and I didn't want to.
I guess next step is to change the valve cover gasket.
So the next day, that's exactly what I did.
Okay, I have my torque wrench here to 80 inch-pounds because that's what they're supposed to be tightened to from everywhere I've read.
So I started tightening, and then I heard a pop. I'm probably nearing hour 20 of this project.
I knew that would happen.
I had just gotten the valve cover in. Google said to torque the bolts to 80 inch-pounds. Turns out 80 inch-pounds is a little too much for old brittle plastic. And I cracked the valve cover. I was so ready to go drive the car.
I'm supposed to tighten the valve cover to 80 inch-pounds. Everywhere online that I looked, that was what I was told I was supposed to tighten it to. However, when I tightened the first one to 80 inch-pounds, it cracked the valve cover.
Also, if you're about to comment, oh, you're supposed to tighten them all first. I know, I did. And the first one I went back to torque broke it.
So now, I'm lucky enough to get to take apart my secondary motor and take the valve cover off that. Just lovely. Just lovely. Last night I broke the valve cover while I was trying to put it on, but thankfully I bought an entire separate car. Pretty much anything I break on this, I have at least one replacement. One replacement, keyword one. So if I break it again, then I'm really screwed. But we're gonna just start taking apart the other car now. I'm hungry.
And I'm tired.
Thankfully, within like 30 minutes, I had the valve cover fully swapped over and I was retorquing the bolts, but this time far more carefully. The valve cover is now installed properly. I didn't use my crappy torque wrench. I torqued them to what I believe would be tight enough, and nothing broke. We're getting there. With the valve cover back on, I got to start the car to make sure everything was functioning properly, and it burned off a little bit of oil, but then it stopped smoking, so that was a good sign. Finally, I could put the bumper on, then I rolled it outside and replaced the bushing. And since the parts car I got also had a nicer set of wheels and tires, I swapped those as well. Something about fixing something that's broken and then using it and just, like, I'm enjoying all the work I just put in. All in all, maybe the time spent from beginning to end might have been less than 24 hours still, but it was broken up because I did it over a lot of different nights. I would say we're probably around the 24-hour mark for the whole project from start to finish. But there's something satisfying about taking something that's broken and fixing it, like seeing it now and being able to like drive it. Like I drove it to work for the past week. It's cool to take broken stuff and make it not broken anymore. Hey everyone, I just got done editing this video and I had a lot of fun and I'd love to keep doing this, so if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more like it, I would really appreciate it if you just subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, my feelings won't be hurt, but thank you for watching and have a good day.